guys, it's Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel. And so this year, I'm going to do some new videos on really breaking down and dissecting some classic roles in musical theater, starting off with Reno and Anything Goes. I think this is important whether you're auditioning for the role or maybe if you have already been cast in the role and maybe how to approach it. So I want to take it from the perspective also of how directors approach these roles and how their vision of a show can affect the role. So, starting off with Reno and the three notable women that have played her. Many women have played Reno. But starting off, 1934, Ethel Merman originated this role. And Ethel Merman was really like the heart and soul of musical theater. I mean, she sort of set the bar of what we think musical theater is all about. She had that big, brash voice, that huge belt voice with that big vibrato, and she's so known for so many iconic roles, and she was like the perfect Reno. She had that great mix of like fun and charm and great comedic timing and kind of zaniness that Anything Goes that's what it's all about. It is this zany, wacky show that's full of chaos and miscommunication, and it's just a funny show. And mixed with her voice and her personality and the way she kind of was, it just worked. It worked for the show. And so then you come into the 1987 revival, directed by Jerry Zaks and choreographed by Michael Smuin, and they cast Patti Lupone as Reno. And whether it be a combination of all three of them or Jerry Zaks' vision and a little bit of Patti Lupone's own personality and vocals, but it makes for a totally different production, and that's okay. But you get a very different take on Reno. She brings more bawdiness, a little more sex appeal to Reno. She's a little more gutsy, a little more out there, a little more playfulness with the audience, a little more give and take. She's charming, but she definitely pushes an envelope, you know, with the audience. And maybe more audacious. Maybe that's a good word. Definitely more audacious. And maybe even upstages the ensemble a little bit. I mean, she does have a huge voice, but you definitely know who's running that ship with Patti Lupone on board. And but it is a huge, full-on, splashy production of Anything Goes. And you mix that with Michael Smuin's choreography, which I love. And he just has, you know, big ensemble numbers, big full-on splashy ensemble numbers, and you really get the feel of Anything Goes in this production. So then you skip forward to like 2011 revival starring Sutton Foster, and this is Kathleen Marshall's vision, and she takes a much more refined vision of this show. The sets are Art Deco, they're beautiful, and she is much more of a dancer, maybe a dancer's dancer, and her choreography, which I love as well, and very classic lines, very clean tap numbers. And so of course she cast Sutton Foster, who is also a dancer's dancer. She has very clean lines. She's a classic dancer. She's, I've always said, sort of a very, you know, sort of perfectionist, a very perfect leading lady, if you will. And so it sort of wraps up Reno in a nice bow, you know, and it's a more refined production of Anything Goes. Sutton has a big belt voice too. I don't know that I'd call Sutton Foster full-on sexy. She's definitely not Patti Lupone. She's maybe more flirtatious in the role. She's funny. I think maybe maybe Sutton has more of kind of a goofy wit, which also works for Reno. But she definitely fits in perfectly with Kathleen Marshall's, you know, like just beautiful choreography. It's and definitely her tap, because Sutton Foster is such a great tap dancer. It definitely fit into Kathleen Marshall's vision of like anything goes as more of a dance and a big tap show. And so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes if you're auditioning and you think, well, I've got the right song, I've got the right look, I've got the right, you know, everything that I think this character takes, it's not just about that. It's about what the director, their vision is of that show and what they have in mind for the look, the tone, what they see. And they have a very definite look of what each character should be and look and sound like. And so you could be the most talented person that day, but it's got to all fit within their, you know, whole perspective of, at the end of the day, what they want their production to look like. So, you know, that being said, I've always said, you know, be polite. If you're, you know, given a part, offered a part, take it. Theater's a very small community. You're always remembered. They may love you for another part, a leading part down the road in another production that you're perfect for. But that's theater. All right, I hope that helped. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next.